Irregular verbs, when verbs break the rules. In regular verbs, the past tense and the past participle are the same. We add ed to form the past tense, and it stays that way when we add a helping verb. To walk, walks is present, walked is past, had walked is your past participle. Notice that walked and had walked remains the same. To jump, jumps, jumped, has jumped. To grab, grabs, grabbed, had grabbed. To boast, boasts, boasted, has boasted. In all of these verbs, we add ed to the verb, and then we add the helping verb had or has, and the verb still remains the same. This is what's called a regular verb. These verbs follow the rules of adding ed and then adding a helping verb for the past participle. Past participle is just a fancy way of saying that the verb is paired with a helping verb. Think of it as the verb is part of the past tense verb phrase, the other part is helping. Irregular verbs do not add ed for the past tense. This is when they break the rules. Usually, past tense and past participle are not the same either, but they can be. To run, runs, ran, had run. Here are some example sentences. Runs. She runs daily. Ran. She ran this afternoon. Had run. She had run that race course before. You can see how it changes and how it sounds correct. To know. Knows. Knew. Has known. You can see that in every form of know, it changes. To bring. Brings. Brought. Has brought. Now, even though brought is the same in past tense and past participle, because we do not add ed, it is considered an irregular verb. To wear. Wears. Wore. Has worn. There are 2 pages of irregular verbs in your book. Take the time to master the list and know the correct past tense and past participle forms of these common verbs. There might be a lot to wrap your head around, but something that will help you memorize the correct forms of these verbs is simply to read for fun. The more books that you read for fun, the easier grammar becomes. When you see it on the page all the time and you read it and you read it and you read it in its correct format, then good grammar becomes much easier because you just know this is the correct way. I highly recommend reading a book today.